Hey guys, and welcome back to another Deadman Mode flipping video. Now after the last one, I wasn't really sure if I was going to continue on this account as the swap rates were still pretty good, and at that point we had about 5 mils, so we're going to get around 25 to 40 mil or something from swapping. But then, you know what, I decided 25-40 mil, that would be nice, but I think content way more important than that. So I just decided to keep on flipping. I wasn't really sure at that point if I was going to make another video. So today we're about halfway through the tournament, and I'd say we are pretty damn rich considering we are not doing this as a group. We have no clan members helping us, and we haven't ever left a safe zone. We are of course continuing to flip. So after this video, there's a chance I might make one more just to finish off the tournament. We'll have to see where we're at. Anyway guys, hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Okay, so in the last episode, we finished at about 5 million GP, and that's pretty much where we are right now. Now going forward, I really want to start slowing things down because we're not in as much of a race as I was in the first couple of days. The swap rate is going down, yes, but as that's not my primary goal and the swap rate is going down slower, I'm going to try to take on some more high margin, riskier but slower flips, like we're going to move on to Barrows items pretty soon here. Today though, we're just finishing off with a couple more high volume items, but we're just doing big offers of them. For stuff like the Ruined Scimitars, we just got 100k on. The Mithril Bolts, we're getting up with a 20 GP margin. We're doing more Dragon Daggers, stuff like that, but it's all working out pretty nicely. Now one big offer I managed to buy overnight is 24,000 Chaos Runes for 53 each. I think we'll be able to sell them maybe for 63 to 70, which means we're getting about 100k per 100,000, which means we're going to get like 250k just on Chaos Runes. Now a couple other items I'm trying here is, one here we have the Uncut Ruby, which looks like we can sell for 2,500 each. We bought them for 602. So if we sell all of these, we're going to make about 600 or 700k just on a few Uncut Rubies, which is like 100% ROI. It's kind of crazy. I'm not really sure what the value of those are, but we're going to give it a shot. We have 36,000 Chaos Runes we're selling off for right now 59, but I really think we could get more for them. Another item we got a load of is Mithril Bolts. We got about 10,000 of them overnight. We bought them for 54 each, and it doesn't even look like we can sell them for 102. Okay, well they're not selling for any price, so we're just gonna have to make our own margin, I guess. That's kind of Deadman mode for you. Even common items like this, sometimes nobody will sell it, so you kind of have to know roughly what the margin should be, or what you think you can get. Because yes, I could put it in here for 999 each, but I'm not gonna sell any of those, so we're gonna go for 79. That seems reasonable. And we'll get about a 150k profit on it, which I think is pretty good. Okay, the rest of our items here aren't as exciting, but yeah, we're going to come back a bit later today or tomorrow, and we'll see how we're doing. Okay, so it does look like we're going to get a pretty decent margin on a couple of our flips. The Uncut Rubies, unfortunately, we're not quite going to sell them for 1,500, but 1,000 is still about a 400 GP margin, and they're pretty much all sold, so that actually did work really well. The Mithril Bolts, it looks like we're selling all of them off for 79, so again, we did manage to get that margin. You just have to be patient. More often than not, at certain points during the day, you will be the only person selling a certain item. So as long as you're patient enough, you can really start to just make your own margins, which I found to be pretty effective so far in Deadman mode. So I think we're going to do one more day of flipping high volume items here, and then we're going to try some Barrows items, some of the cheaper ones. We'll see how it works on the Grand Exchange. I don't know how many people are going to sell their items there, but I think as we get further into the tournament, more people are likely to just dump their items on the GE. Okay, so we cleared off all our offers. We're going to try the Mithril Bolts again. We're going to try buying them for 41 each, and we're going to go for 21,000. We put an offer in for Chaos Runes at 45 each. I think that's way undercutting it. I think they could be worth almost double that. We're going to try Adamant Bolts here. We're going to go for around 10,000 of those guys as well. And to finish things off here, we're going to go for the Uncut Ruby once again. People are using it to make the Ruby Bolts, so I think it's always going to be in demand to some extent. And look at that, 300 GP margin on it. That's excellent. Now this is actually a couple of days later, but we finally managed to sell everything off at once. That doesn't happen very often because of how erratic the items are and how long some of them can take to sell, but we did it. We continue to do a lot of the same items here. We did Abyssal Whips. Here you can see we got a 30k margin, which is pretty good considering it was pretty quick. We did Adamant Bolts, which unfortunately we didn't get quite as good a margin on it as I thought. We're hoping to get 100 GP on it, but we only got about 20. Mithril Bolts, again, also we cut the margin on it a bit, but after collecting, we were actually over 10 million GP, which is amazing. We already doubled our cash since the beginning of the episode. Just a lot of high volume flips that all went pretty well. As more players leave Deadman mode, the margins get crazier and crazier, and you can really take advantage of the people who are remaining to play. Alright, so 10 million GP, not sure what the swap rate is today, probably like 1 to 5, so we're still hovering around that 50 mil swap value. Alright, so right now whips actually have a 55k margin, which is the best I've seen throughout the entire tournament. We're going to do a full buying limit One item I've been really excited to test here is the Arim's hood. Looks like we actually bought it for 190k on the GE and sold it for 122k. That is a 70k margin on an item that cheap. That is amazing. Now it's really going to come down to if people actually trade this item on the Grand Exchange. I'm not sure yet, but we're going to try for 10 of them. I think there's probably a couple other items out there like the Arim's hood. For example, the Toryg's helmet, maybe the Arim's staff if people are using it. Okay, so we're doing the Arim's hood. We're also going to do a bunch of bolts, but I also want to try something to shoot the bolts, being the Kirill's crossbow. Let's go ahead and actually price check that. We bought it for 141k and we're selling it for 90k. Once again, a 50k margin on a Barrows item that's so cheap. Definitely worth doing. So we're going to go ahead and do 10 of those as well. And that is going to be it for now. I'm really excited to try out these Barrows items. I hope they work and we'll check back in later. That is what you want to see. My god, I should have started doing these items a long time ago. Look at that. The Arim's hoods we sold for 185k and we bought them for 122k, which means we made about 650k just on 10 of them. That is so ridiculous. I don't know. That's such a good return on investment. That is absolutely ridiculous. Let's just go ahead and do more of those, really. Okay, it looks like we can buy them for 100k now and sell them for around 170k, which is still about a 70k profit. That's ridiculous. Now, on top of that, we also did the Kirill's crossbows, which we are getting about a 40k margin on. They came through, like we bought them really quickly. Okay, so 135 into 103, that's still a 35k margin. Definitely going to continue on with that Barrows item as well. Now we randomly bought this Toryg's hammer. Okay, well it looks like we're just going to break even on that most likely. And that's not to mention we actually made about 300k on Chaos Runes as well, totally random. But look at that, we're selling them for 82 each and we can buy them for 64. Right now there's an 18 GP margin on Chaos Runes, definitely worth doing that as well. And finally here, one last noteworthy item here is going to be the Varrock's plate skirt. Only has about a 40k margin on it, so it's not nearly as cost effective, but we'll see what the volume looks like, and yeah, I'm really excited. We are just making so much money in Deadman mode right now. The Barrows items by far have been the way to go. They have really good margins, they come through actually really quickly, or quick enough anyway, and they're extremely cheap. Like we just made another 250k on the Kirill's crossbows. Look how many Arim's hoods we have, and we're selling them for a 70k margin or more. We're just going to reprice check this here. 169, which means we're going to get about a 1.3 mil profit or something on 18 Arim's hoods. Such a good profit. Chaos Runes that we can't even sell for any price, so we're just going to go make our own margin. It looks like they're selling for 1,000. Oh my god, that's not going to happen. We'll try maybe for like 100. Go for 105, which would be like a 400k profit just on Chaos Runes. Things are getting really crazy here. Every day things are just getting more wacky. Okay, we're definitely going to do more of the Arim's hoods just because they have such a good margin. By far our best item for return on investment. For every 100k invested, we're getting almost double that back, which is crazy. Once again, we're doing a Kirill's crossbows, not nearly as good of a return on investment, only 20k, but still relative to everything else, that's amazing. And to finish things off here, we're going to do 2 more Barrows items. We're doing the Varrock's helm, which I do see a lot of people using. It only has about a 30k margin on it. And we're also going to do the Arim's staff, which has about a 40k margin on it. With that said though, I don't know how many people actually use this item, but I guess we'll just wait and find out. Man, next Deadman mode, I'm going to start these Barrows items like right away. I'm not sure they would be this cheap, but still, look at that. 13 more Arim's hoods we have bought, and the other 8 we sold, we just got about 360k in profit on. We're making so much money on the Arim's hood. We're going to make another 500 or 600k on this set of the Arim's hoods. We're still trying to sell off these Chaos Runes. We were selling them for 105 like I mentioned earlier, but now we're just going to sell them for 93. And beyond the Arim's hood, the other really good flip we did was on the Varrock's helmet, where we got 400k in profit just on 10 of them. That's so good. Okay, so we cleared off our inventory here. We have a bunch of sell offers and a bunch of buy offers going through. We're going to buy more Arim's hoods, more Abyssal whips, more Toryg's helmets, and even some of the Morrigan's javelin. Alright, we have a lot to unpack here. We have a ton of really good flips for Deadman mode coming through here. This is just amazing because it's like the first time I've been totally uncontested for quite a few different items. It just feels amazing. I don't have to keep re-putting offers in. Still have to be patient, but that's just because the volume of the items is so low and not because people are constantly stealing your price or anything like that. Okay, first up here, we just got a really good deal on some of these gems. Like, look at that. We got the sapphires for 1,102 and we're going to sell them for 2,000, which is about a 500k profit. We got about a 224k profit on the Abyssal whip, at 388k on the Morrigan's javelin, and about 370k on the Toryg's helmet. And on the rims hoods, which we sold almost 18 of them off now, we made about 800k, which means overall we're looking at about a 1.6, 1.7 mil profit just on this set of flips. So yeah, we're just going to continue on this path because I think we're just making so much money. Okay, so one extra item I decided to try here is actually the Vesta's Spear. We price checked it at about a 40k margin and at a 400k cost. The return on investment is good, but I wasn't really sure about the volume, but it turns out this item is traded actually a lot. I probably should have started it a while ago, but I mean, we're learning a lot that we can use in future Deadman modes. But yeah, look at those sapphires. We sold them for $1 million and we bought them for 551k. That's just crazy. We made so much on just a random mundane item like that. We're going to go for 30 Arims hoods. We're going to be gone for a while, so hopefully that will come through. We're going to do some more gems, but mainly we still have quite a few sell offers. We just have to wait to come through. Oh my god, look at that, 100 GP we could buy them for. What the hell? Okay, gotta say I'm very impressed with these Vesta's Spear. We're getting a ton of money on that one. But before I get into that, let's go have a look at the Arims robe top. We just price checked it at the top there. 300k in profit on one Arims robe top. It's really going to come down to how quick we can do that item. It's a pretty good return on investment and a nice way to scale up our return. We made like another 700k on the Arims hoods, another 400k in the Torix helmets. Like, just so much money is coming through. In our inventory, we have 18 million GP in cash. That is crazy. Obviously, I'm not showing you every single flip, but I'm repeating the same ones quite a few times. But since we have so much extra money, let's go ahead and try to buy some Arims robe tops. We can afford about 5 of them. That's definitely the next level in our journey in Deadman mode. Those are going to be the major items I'm going to do. We're going to check back in tomorrow or maybe the next day, and I think that's where I'm going to cut it. That'll be about 2 weeks into the tournament. We can see where we're at, check what the swap rate's at, and see if we actually made any money in the last couple of days, or if we just depreciated our swap so much that it wouldn't even matter. Alright guys, so today is May 17th, we're about halfway through the tournament, and we have pretty much everything sold off, although not everything. Okay, so the Arims robe tops, we actually managed to sell for a 350k margin, which means we're getting close to $1 million in profit on the Arims robe tops. Once again, we managed to do a ton of the Arims hoods. We have 14 in this offer slot, 4 here, and then another 7 over here. And for the most part, we're getting about a 45k, 50k margin on it, which means here we probably got about 1.2 million profit on 25 Arims hoods. So good. We have the Vesta's Spear, which we managed to get a 75k margin on, I think. Yeah, almost 80k, which means we made close to 800k on just 10 of them. We lost a bit of money on the gems. I think they ended up crashing a bit on us. So we're going to take the kind of big risk here. We're going to sell everything off because I just want to see how much money we're at. Try selling the Arims robe top for 2,300. Perfect. And I don't care too much about the rubies. Okay, so after 2 weeks of flipping in Deadman mode, we are up to 28 million GP, and we started the episode at 5 mil. So we're at 28 mil right now. I think the swap rate is about 2.5. It could be less right now, but that means we have about 70 mil old school RuneScape, which means I think overall we did make a little bit of money. Now my plan going forward is just to try to double or triple this one more time before the tournament's done. Maybe at one point I'll swap it, but that's not really the whole point here. The point is to have some fun, see how much money we can make, and maybe just get some practice in for the next Deadman mode where we may actually try to quickly make money and swap it off. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I always appreciate it if you leave the video a like, and I'll see you next time.